Yo, Sadist here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about MZ and MZ2. If you don't know what MZ is, I'll give you a brief rundown. MZ is a game called Michaels Zombies on Roblox, and as of right now, MZ2 is in the works. MZ2, or Michaels Zombies Purgatory, so MZP, is meant to be a rehaul of the original game. This includes an updated framework for future-proofing and also making the game feel better, but also updated graphics and map changes to previous maps. If you would like more information about MZ, I'm going to leave the official MZ YouTube channel in the description. They have all the information you need on there about MZ and MZ2 and just a bunch of leaks as well for the upcoming game. Now, something I want to highlight is this clip from the stream that they did a couple days back.
Do you guys think you'll add a build mode in the game so community can make their own maps and take off workload? You're asking about community workshop maps, from what it sounds like. We have been in the talks about this, and I believe I've even mentioned it in the past. We will have a forum or a Discord system set up where community members can submit their own maps and then we can implement them. That is a big thing I actually really want for MZ2, because let's face it, the slowest thing, the thing you guys want most from MZ1, like the most requested feature all the time, is maps. And we frankly we can make maps. It just takes us time though, because we want to make maps that push the limits of what's possible for it.
Will there be silly questions?
And honestly, we don't like making slop maps too much. For example, making the MLG Origins map. That was fun. It was silly, but also by the end of it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is horrible." I did not want to look at that map. It looked so disgusting. And there's already a bunch of tools that we have set up. I've mentioned the pathfinding nav mesh system in the past, but that will be a plugin that's available for the public to use, so they can literally just set up pathfinding on their own maps. Various other plugins will probably come to fruition as well that's related to MZ1 map making, or MZ2 map making, sorry. So a plugin for creating wall buys, setting down perk machines, setting down wall barriers. So it's all compatible in the MZ2 framework. That is all likely to come, because these are going to be tools that we use ourselves, and we want to make sure these tools are also flexible and work for general community members as well. So yes, MZ2 will have a map submission process. I encourage that if you are planning to make a map for MZ2 and you're thinking about it, go ahead, just build some stuff out, make a design document, think about what you want your map to be, and we'll end up working closely with community members to get them submitted.
If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I do play MZ, and I am very excited for the new game. But with this confirmed custom mapping and user-generated maps seemingly coming for MZ2, I thought, why not? But before I get into the video, I must give a couple disclaimers. I am in no way, shape or form affiliated with Michaels Zombies, so please do not go asking me in the comments about information behind the scenes for dev things, other than things that are already public. At the end of the day, I know just as much as you guys do. Also, everything I show in these devlogs are not confirmed to be in the game, so please keep that in mind as you watch these videos. This also isn't really much of a disclaimer, but keep in mind that I have my own personal life and college as well. The whole reason why I'm doing this is so that, one, it gives me a bit more of something to put on my portfolio when it comes to work experience and just my portfolio in general, but also just to keep my sanity whilst I work on college work. So please keep it in mind when I say that this project may not come to tuition fully developed or developed at all. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to jump into the video now. So with this video, what I plan to do is just kind of go over what I have planned for the map and my ideas for the design, the location, difficulty, and maybe talk about a few Easter eggs, bosses, or wonder weapons. When it comes down to the wonder weapons, the bosses, the Easter eggs, it all kind of depends that if the game gets taken by the developers, how they'd implement it. Keep in mind that I'm not a coder and I don't know how to code. A lot of the groundworks for the gameplay basis, like pathfinding, wall buys, door buys, etc., they're all going to be via the plugin that the devs release later on. So any mention of bosses, wonder weapons, and Easter eggs are purely just a concept. So as for atmosphere, my plan is to make it like Tokyo, but at night. A rainy night on some Tokyo-inspired streets, not necessarily Tokyo itself. I can't exactly go do a location recce at the location because if I could go to Japan, I wouldn't be making a zombies map out of it, I'll tell you that much. However, what I can tell you is that I'm planning to make it a medium-sized, tight-knit map that is very difficult. My two favorite maps in Michaels Zombies at the moment is Undead Nocturne or Nocturne Toten and Lighthouse. Nocturne Toten is a map that I play when I'm looking for a casual experience and I'm not really trying to 360 no-scope zombies off of a fucking mountain. But Lighthouse is a very difficult map with a fucking amazing atmosphere. Can I just say that? Like, the sound design on Lighthouse is so fucking good. That round change music is literally stuck in my fucking head. So my plan is to make a medium-sized map like Nocturne Toten, but then have the tightness and the compactness of Lighthouse. And obviously I want to have a good atmosphere and sound design. So my plan is to make it night and rainy in Tokyo, but also have quite a lot of neon lights and, you know, color into the map. From what we know as that's publicly out there at the moment, is that the only other planned map for Michaels Zombies is Hydro, which is a Hydro plan that was meant to be an MZ1 but was scrapped, sort of. So the reason why I'm going for this aesthetic is that it's kind of new and something that we haven't seen before in Michaels Zombies. Now, as of currently, I'm still working out the layout of the map, so no assets are being designed and there's no definitive layout. So I was originally going to show the layout that I have planned at the moment. However, I think I'm going to change it very soon because I feel like I'm going to find that it's not going to be very fun to play. So in this video, I want to be focusing more on what I'm trying to accomplish with the map. So now I want to talk about wonder weapons. So I feel like something like a light cannon could work, but because we're going to be set in a Japanese themed Tokyo inspired, like, ooh, you know, I kind of want to make it more samurai-ish, so I'm thinking something of a katana. But the problem is that MZ2 already has a katana planned. That's right. So it would probably be an elemental katana, one for each 6 players, kind of exactly how like Origins does it. And the reason why it's 6 is because the player count and max player size in a lobby is 6. Now, depending on what the wonder weapon is, I would go one or two ways for boss zombies. One, a samurai, if the wonder weapon isn't a katana or an elemental katana, etc, etc. Or just hellhounds or something of the sorts. Just something simple to keep it basic, but also change it up the rounds because sometimes just fighting endless waves of zombies can be pretty fucking boring. And one last thing, what does developing this map do for me? Now, the chances of this going into the actual game is very low. I imagine there's a lot more talented people that are going to be tasking and making maps and such for Michaels Zombies 2. So me being really bad at Roblox Studio and all this probably isn't going to go in my favor. But what I will say is that I plan to do a lot of art and design, maybe 3D modeling, and also music production for round changes, and maybe a music Easter egg song, in quotation marks, just maybe make one for the shits and giggles. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, if you really want to support me, subscribe, and I'm gonna post more updates if I continue working on